show you how much better I am. Watch well. This is the power of the strongest warrior, unrivaled under heaven.
Down.
Hardly worth my time.
And so, I finally got around to trying out the demo for Dynasty Warriors Origins, and man, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This just is not what I expected it would be. See, this demo is one of the greatest demos of all time. There, I said it. If the point of a demo is to get you excited for the actual game, then this one absolutely knocked it out of the park. Absolutely accomplished that goal. At least it did with me. I'm honestly just impressed at the current state of the game, and this comes from a longtime fan, sure, but also a longtime hater. Maybe hater's a strong word. Maybe I've been listening to too much Kendrick. Skeptic. Skeptic is a good word, because at some point across all those years, I got burnt out on the series. So when I say 20 years in the title, I mean 20 years. This is coming from someone who's played these games as a small child on a PlayStation 2. I started with Dynasty Warriors 3, and I've obsessed with the series ever since. I brought every Extreme Legends, every Empires, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi, and so on. I was a fan. And this is the important part, because I started this demo up ready to hate on it. I was so over the series. So you can go ahead thinking I'm being biased if you want, but that really couldn't be further from the truth. And so the obvious question is, though, why? Why would I bother if that's the case? And honestly, the answer is simple. I have always loved the series, even though the current adult me thought I was done with these games at this point. Maybe I grew out of it. It wouldn't be the first series from my childhood to completely go sour. You guys see Dragon Age the Veilguard? Duncan did not die for this. But I'm sorry. That's a whole other topic. Point is, even though the series was basically dead in the water for me for years now, the fact that I'm even here singing its praises just goes to show how good a demo it was. I didn't start it up excited to play it. I was actually pretty hesitant. Like I said, 20 years. The younger me kind of dies on the inside whenever I revisit something like this from my childhood, and it's just a shell of what it once was, or worse. But that never happened playing this demo. This demo was fantastic, and so we're here now, blazing. And I just wanted to yap about this demo before I got back to working on my other videos. Oh, and for people that don't know about the Dynasty Warriors series, it is one of the definitive hack and slash games. So much so that it became its own genre. Sort of like how Dark Souls created its own Souls-like black hole of a genre that sucks in every other action game under that umbrella. Dynasty Warriors did that, but years earlier. Musou, I think it's called. Musou-styled games are games where you're taking on hundreds, if not thousands of enemies every map, pretty much by yourself. And you can see me doing exactly that in the background here. It's fun, genuine fun. Genuine, turn your brain off and enjoy the moment fun. It's a game that never tries to be more than what it is. It never tries to beat you over the head with grouping realism or too much story or anything goofy like that. It gives you enough story to be invested and have a lot of fun with what really matters, the gameplay. And this demo delivered on everything that I wanted to see. More importantly, this game was everything kid me wanted to see in a Dynasty Warriors game, if that makes sense. Dynasty Warriors Origins looks like what the game felt like 20 years ago when kid me was enjoying the hell out of it. It's just so, I don't know, epic, large scale. You have what really feels like massive armies moving across the battlefield. It's nice, it's densely populated in ways that earlier games were not. It's something I always wanted to see from the series. The scale is finally what I imagined it to be as a kid, and honestly, I'm happy they just got that right. over everything else, honestly. The gameplay could have been dog water, and I'd still be happy with the fact that they nailed this. But then, in an unexpected turn of events, the gameplay was actually mind-blowing for me. It feels like the devs tapped in with the other studios under the Koei umbrella, like Team Ninja, because I have no other explanation as to why the gameplay ended up being to the level that it was. What I expected and what I actually got in terms of combat was worlds apart. There's actually significant effort, it feels, in this entry with improving that combat. It's got skills, parries, perfect dodges, it's got counterattacks that can cancel enemies' big attacks, it's got orders you can issue to your soldiers, it's got healing that you can use at the press of a button, which is something I wish existed way sooner. Man, all of that is, frankly. It's actually checking all of the boxes that would make it a solid action game. And it's executed so well, there is no jank feeling to any of it. It's all polished. Kind of feels like a miracle, honestly. Not that things were badly designed before, but the mechanics that were there in the previous entries always felt on the minimal side of things. After playing, I immediately made the mistake of going online and checking other people's opinions of it. Honestly, I say mistake. Honestly, I say that, but it wasn't so bad. The fan base, it is a bit mixed on a few topics though. One being the playable character is a quote-unquote faceless nobody. People like playing their favorite character in the previous games, which is understandable on one level, and I get it, but I have a minor gripe about this. And this isn't about the game, but the fan base. Because this kind of thing is what inevitably led to my own burnout. Like I said, I've been playing Dynasty Warriors since 3. Each entry following that has been minor increments and improvements to things like gameplay, but more specifically in this case, to character roster. Dynasty Warriors 3 had an already impressive roster in my opinion, but they kept building on it and building on it. And the fan base kept wanting more and more, which again is understandable, but there is a limit. There was also crazy demands like every character needs their own unique movesets to play and feel different. Every character needs their spotlight. Not the entire fan base was like this, but there was a very vocal section constantly crying out for those things, which can sound reasonable. To put things into perspective, after it was all said and done with the DLC, Dynasty Warriors had around 90 playable characters. What a nightmare to build a game around. How you even have a functioning story mode built around 90 characters is some kind of Herculean feat, but the devs managed. And of course, as a result, things were very, very watered down, I'll say. I'm not gonna go deeper into it, it's not that kind of a video, but I just wanted to say how far the game came with all of those flaws, and I'm surprised and impressed to see the devs seemingly hit the reset button on it. Which is why they're calling it Origins, right? They're going back to their roots. Because like I said, as things were, they clearly went out of control, and this step isn't just understandable, but it's essential to my eyes. I'm not mad at the changes at all. I feel like changes like these are important. You have to prune a garden for it to grow and flourish, right? You cut away some of the things to enable better things for the future. Dynasty Warriors is a massive garden, so small and incremental cuts won't do it. Hopefully, these big changes lead to a revival of the series, and that Origins is the start of a bright future because I really liked what I saw in this demo. Anyway, that's it. Uncle Shape is happy and excited Dynasty Warriors is so back. Expect me posting content of that when it releases. I'm actually pretty excited. 20 years, man. 20 years of chasing and throwing hands with Lubu. Excited for 20 more. But again, that's it. Enough yapping. I just wanted to do a little happy dance and post a video about a great demo. And let me know what you thought about the demo in the comments. Are you hopeful? Are you not impressed? I'd love to know. Thanks for watching. Love you. Peace.